Good morning, Teresa. I didn't think I was ever going to get on. Morning, Amber. Tommy, bring me a glass of water. Hi, Paiwan. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Shannon. How are you this morning? Well, good evening, Paiwan. Pawan, how do you say your name? Just exactly. Is it Pawan? It is 8:50 in the morning here. You're welcome, Teresa. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I somehow or another got into a video call with Kathy. Good. Thank you, hon. I'm glad. I know, Shannon. I'm so glad to see you here. Oh, well. I uh I somehow or another got into a video chat with Amber and Kathy and I couldn't get out of it. Hi, Kathy. Did you see that wasp circling around? I'm glad to see you here too. It's we have a lot of fun. We like to do just chat and talk and drink coffee and enjoy our morning together, which is your evening. But uh, today we're going to do mixed media. And hi Marina. How are you? Oh, Amber, you are not ugly by any means. Good, good. I want to come and watch you draw. I have, I, I've snuck in, but I didn't stay long. I didn't have much time. I wanted to check it out, and I know I want to come back and binge watch it. Because I love to draw and do art, and I'm okay with it, but I'm not real good at it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I did those hands behind me, but it's been a long time since I drew, and it takes a while to get back into it. This wasp and I may have to fight. Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? Yeah, it'd be fun to do it, wouldn't it? I'm going to have to go down and maybe get some water, or yeah, I'm going to have some water. Clean my brushes in. Uh, I am not prepared yet this morning, and I'm out of water. So I'm going to run downstairs real quick, and I'll be right back so I can wash my brushes out when we get started on this. So have fun talking. Tell everybody I'll be right back. Anybody? Oh. You've got plenty to eat. Okay, I'm back. That's cool, Shannon. I have not got anything ready for this mixed media. Uh, I've been sitting here crafting instead of doing what I should have been doing. So, I made this morning. One of these trifold pockets. It was kind of fun. Except that I don't like to decoupage. I have decided I do not like to decoupage at all. That's not the brushes I want. Get me a few brushes out here and then put them back out of the way. So who's come in that I haven't seen? We've got some new ones here. Good morning, good morning. Hi, Anne. How are you? Carrie Ann, good morning. Hi, Liz. How are you, honey? It's good to see you here. Well, you know, I just don't like handling the napkins. I can do decoupage with lots of other stuff, but napkins, oh man, they frustrate me so bad. I'm glad, Anne. That's good to hear. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry, Carrie Ann. I like other decoupage. I just don't like working with napkins. They're just a pain in my bottom. Now, paper of any kind I can handle. And I think we're going to be doing a little. Did everybody get their prompts this morning from out of the group? I said that nicely. I really did. Okay, good deal. Teresa is now in our group, girls. I added her this morning. And Pawan, are you going? Okay. Well, I've got them here, honey, and I will say them as we go. And well, honey, I will be saying them as if you're going to need some color of some kind. It can be paint or inks or whatever you want to use. We're going to have it can be, it's just color. Add color. It can be paint, inks, whatever you have. Then we're going to add texture, which can be paper, material, texture paste, paint, that kind of thing, if that's what you want to use. Stamps. This can be any item to use, any household objects, or whatever you want to use for stamps. If you don't have ink, you can stamp paint, like circles. Yeah, magazine pages can be your color. Anything that you want to add for color. Scribble words. I can see this. How are you, Anastasia? Are you buffering real bad? My phone is kind of moving in and out. It's jumping. It better settle down. That's cool. Anastasia, can you see us? Oh, good. Good deal. Okay, the next one would be the scribble words. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. We've had a little touch of that in this house. It's not good. Good, thank you. I'm glad, because it's not often that happens. Well, you know, I think that is YouTube. That's YouTube. And so the next one is faces. And that can be drawn faces. It can be cut from magazines. It can be stickers. It can be happy faces. Just whatever kind of face that you want on it. It doesn't have to be fancy. And then my last one, my last three for the more experienced, if you want to go on, is add glitter mist or regular glitter, add inspirational words, and add stencils. So, well, I will give them out as we go, Sue. So just gather up your stuff and some stuff and magazine or whatever you want to use, stamps, whatever. Yes, we will say as we go. And I'm not in any hurry to start this. So if you want to gather your stuff up, you can now. The first one is color. You get whatever you want to use for color. It can be paper or magazine pages. It can be inks, paint, watercolors, whatever you want to use. Of course, the next one is texture, and you can use paper and materials for that too. Thank you, honey. I'll be all right. Good morning, Angela. How are you this morning? Oh, Shannon. Okay, honey. I'm so glad you stopped in, though. And that would be fine. That's fine. You can just watch or do whatever you want to do, honey. That's fine. There's no pressure here. You don't have to do any of this. This is just for fun. So, this is just for fun. We're not here to judge or anything else. This is just to play and just learn a little something, you know. And you can learn from watching. You don't have to do it to not see what's going on. So I think that's great. As long as you're here, as long as you're happy. That's all I care about. Having fun. You can cause trouble in the group, see, while the rest of them are trying to do this, maybe. Angela, honey, I'm fine. I am fine this morning. I had a good night's rest. I was a little slow getting started this morning, but I had to put this live stream up a little farther into the day so that I could give Tom his medicine and stay on top of that. Um, I think maybe this adjustable times is part of the problem with Tom, and I don't. So I just decided that I would wait until between 8 and 9, whenever. And I had to wake him up this morning to do it, but I woke him up and got his breakfast and gave him his medicine and took mine, and I'm raring to go. So, but I've been up here since about 6. I've been doing a little work in Lori's book, and I got 2 signatures completely done with all the dangles and all the lace, and I've just got to get those last 2 put together and get lace on everything, and then I will be ready to sew that in, and it's going to be one chunky monkey when I do all that. But it sure is pretty. It's turning out beautiful. Thank you, honey. I'm glad. Thank you so much. That I need those. I need them all. Anyway, so what have you girls been up to? What have you been crafting? Thank you, Anne. I feel better this morning. I had plenty of time to come up here and relax this morning and do a little crafting of my own, and that helped. That's because that's my happy place. So I made a little trifold envelope, and yes, Amber, I saw your video, and I'm going to cover this too, I think, because I don't like the way it looks over the pink. It looks really good with my inside papers, but it doesn't look good with the outside. So I'm going to put a little paper over this. Are you still organizing? But I thought it turned out real pretty. It'd be a nice pocket in the book, or a book that they can pull out and look at. And then there's a little, I have these cards to tuck in. So anyway, I made that. I found a couple of books that I was thinking about using for the journal, the next journal. I have this one, which is pretty good size. But if we go lacy, we're going to need a little extra room. So I thought that one was really cool. And then this one is a little bit smaller, but it is just hello, Reader's Digest book. So, it's got a really pretty interior. If I could manage to maintain that color, is really pretty. But anyway, that's the 2 books. I'm trying to make a decision. The one's a little bit longer, a little bit taller than the Reader's Digest. So I'm not sure I'm going to use it, but I do like the size of it. And anyway, so that was one of my things that I did this morning, was to kind of try to decide on a couple of books that I could use. Hi, Tanya. How are you this morning? Has everybody got their coffee and reared back and ready to relax and have some fun? I think Amber had said she had already drank a pot and a half. She got up early. I've drank a half cup of this and then added more coffee to it, and I'm still drinking on it, and it's cold now because it's been sitting in front of that air conditioner. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Angela. Oh, thank you, honey. It's 12:10 a.m. Oh my. Hi, Christina. How are you, honey? It's good to see everybody this morning. Okay, hurry back, Liz. Hurry back. Hi, Monica. How are you? You slipped in on me. I didn't catch that one. This, the chat on my phone goes really fast. Hi, honey. How are you, Monica? It's good to see you here this morning. Thank you for coming in. Hi, Judith. Oh, how cool. I know, Amber, you're really getting up there. I love this. I love that we're promoting each other's channels. I think that's great. And girls, if you haven't gone to Pawan's, please do, because he is awesome. Go check him out. Thank you, Judith. I feel good today. Uh, yes, we need to support each other. Yes, that's, just hit those three buttons on the side there and start subbing. This is great. And the more we do it, the better off we are. And it's just my honor to even be able to come in and watch, and I love to do it. And I don't care if there's just 3 in there or if there's 100 in there. I love to come and watch it. In fact, I really enjoy the live streams when there's not a whole, like ours, when there's 20 or 21 or 2 people. To me, it's just comfortable. You get to know everybody. But that doesn't mean I don't want to see those 120 people. You're welcome, Vaughn. I'm anxious to get over there and binge watch. I haven't had a chance to. I know. Yep. She could hit 300 today, that's for sure. She is so there. And Pawan, I've got a little contest to go and a little giveaway for my 300 subs. And if you've subbed me, you're welcome to join in. I don't know if you'd want to make shabby chic clusters or tags, but I sure wouldn't mind having a little drawing or something. We might have to change some of that around for the men. That I'm going to make a journal for a foundation that helps the veterans. And so I had asked that the girls, in order to be in the drawing, make clusters, a shabby chic type cluster, or tag, and send them in. Lacy, that kind of thing. It has to be real lacy, real frilly, real pretty, because it's a woman's journal. But if you can do a soft painting or art or whatever that could be, that's only like 5 by 7, that would work great. I'm not going to be picky. I know. Yeah, I know. You're in the drawing. I mean, you can be in the drawing. I'm not counting anybody out. I subscribed to you way back when I first saw you in Melissa's group. When she said what a good artist you were, I went immediately and checked you out. Amber, did you see that, honey? Pawan is your 300th subscriber. Woohoo! You hit it, girl. Hey, Amber darling, where'd you all go? Everybody just quit. There you are. My chat just hung up for a minute. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Pawan, for doing that. And check out Kathy. She's really talented too. And Teresa Brady has her channel. And man, she does some neat jelly plating. They're nice stuff. Monica, honey, do you have a channel? Because I don't know what it is. I think I'm sub to you, but I don't know for sure. I have to wait until after I'm done before I can go to your channel and sub because I'm on my telephone. So it won't let me do it right now. But it's awesome. It's awesome that you're doing this, and I appreciate it because this is the way that we grow in YouTube. This is what they want. This is what they want to see. And yeah, that and the thumbs up. The watch time is good because it accumulates, but the thumbs up they really look at, and the subscribers they really look at. And the watch time is big, but of course being live, you get a lot of the watch time. More than you do otherwise, but because people scan channels, and I know I'm guilty of that. I try not to. If I'm going to have to get up and leave instead of shutting it down, I'll just leave it and let it run so that I've watched it the whole time supposedly. I don't let it just just stay a few minutes. I let it run for 15-20 minutes. Woohoo! Good, Pawan. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're here this morning. So, is everybody ready for some mixed media? Or am I pushing it too fast? I haven't, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have not done, I haven't done a lot of this, so I'm new to this as well. Kathy, you just go for it. Yeah, watch time is huge now. It is. So it's good if you just let that thing run. That's all right, Kathy. You just go for it, girl. You don't need me. You know you don't need me. I'm a just a figurehead sitting here for right now. I have to think that one over. I haven't started. I have not started, but I will. I will get going here as soon as I level out my desk here that I just pushed, and get me some supplies up here. And okay, you girls have got me. I don't know. I don't know where you got me. You got me over a barrel here. I found that my brush was awful stiff this morning. Get that cleaned out. I should have. Okay. I didn't bring any spray up here, and I should have, but I'm going to use some watercolors this morning. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put you down here so you can see mine. Get me a rag. I've never used this palette. This is my first time using it. Woohoo! That was fun. It wasn't exactly what I expected that to happen. I was supposed to have orange. Hmm. Hmm. It's an odd color. Kind of taupe. I don't know where my long brush is. Hmm. I really need to wet my palette down. I don't like this brush. Back to my big one. Okay, I'm going to do one more color and then I'll be ready to move on. So I want to put some darkness in this. Okay. That was color. And I used watercolor. You can use anything you've got. The next one is texture, which the girls have already done. That can be paper, material, texture paste, anything you want to use. I think I may use, let's see, I think I have some material right here. I'm going to use a little bit of this. If I can find scissors. Okay. Get out my glue here. Wipe me down some glue. Where is my glue brush? I had it here a while ago. Now it's gone. Yeah, that don't want to stay down. Hi, Patricia. How are you, honey? Dadgummit, that won't stay down. Gonna have to have more glue than that. I'm decoupaging again. Okay. Now spread out there. And go down. Now I've got it covered with glue. Okay, got one more piece. I'll put it right down here. And I am flooding that with glue because I want to fill this thing up with it. Okay. That's what I needed to do the first time. Okay. Girls, I have a brand new heat gun. So you may be ahead of me, but I'm going to be able to drive. And I'm so excited to use it. If I burn my page up, I'll have to start over, but you know, I'm excited to use it. Hey Joy, how are you this morning? Let me get my brushes in my water before I quit here. And move it back out of the way. And that should go in just like that. I don't know why it didn't. Hello, it's on already. it's not quite dry, but I'm going to move on anyway. Okay. Okay, that was my texture. The next thing is stamps. So I have a little ink pad here, and I'm going to use it. You can use stamps. You can use paint. You can use whatever you want. You can use a lid. You can use a sponge. You can, that you can dab around. You can make dots. You can do whatever you want as long as you're stamping with something. It can be household or whatever you want. So I'm going to use this little flower stamp. And I'm going to use my I don't know. I may use my other stamps. My other stamp pads. This got color in them. Oh, I turned my hummingbird on. Girls, did you see my hummingbird that Jane gave me? I'm going to turn this up because I hit it and turned it on. Look. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Do you see my hummingbird? Oh, man, I'm out of whack. It's a high index of heat today. Isn't that pretty? Look how that flies. It's supposed to be really high humidity and hot, hot, hot. And Janie sent that to me. And I am so in love with this. I play with it all the time. And it's real sensitive. So you have to turn it on, turn it off, and then it'll stop. But when I set it back down, it's liable to come back on. Okay, I've got some inks here that are in colors that I'm going to use. These little stamp pads I bought off Amazon, and they were cheap. And whoa, I just blurred out. Okay, get back in here. Okay. Now I'll try to put you back down again. See, it was the paper. But these little stamps I got on Amazon, and there was a set of them, and it was huge. I have probably 10 or 12 stamps that came in it. And girls, these are the prettiest colors. And they go on pretty. And I just love the way they look. So I'm going to use some of them with my little stamp, where no matter if I can find it, now that I laid it down. Where did I lay it? Oh, right here. And I just love the way they stamp. We'll make me a little flower garden across here. Oops, got a little glue on it. Wasn't dry over there. Let's see, I'm going to take this gold, I think, and stamp with it a little bit, and here and there in random places. Maybe. That don't want to stamp on that. So I won't use the gold. Back to my pink. I'm run my pad. Okay, I'm just going to go to stamping. So I'm way behind. Get one up there, get one up there, one right there. Okay. Okay. Is everybody ready for more? Is everybody ready to go on? Because the next one after the stamps is add scribble words. And I have this gold pen. You know, scribble words don't have to say anything. That's, you know, they can just be marks like that, like you're playing, like you're writing like you did as a child. And so, you know, you just want to make scribbles. And now we've got faces. So when you get that done, we're ready to do some faces. And faces don't have to be hard. They can be happy face stickers. They can be stickers. They can be drawn. They can be from magazines. So you just use whatever you want to use. Yeah. This faces is the next one. So I'm going to draw my faces. You all can do whatever you want out of magazines, stickers. It doesn't have to be a human face. It can be a dog face. It can be a cat face. It can be any kind of face that you want. I just said faces. I didn't put anything on it. So you can just do whatever you want with that prompt. You at this point you do you. You do you. So I don't think this one will show up on here. It might, if I do a little bit of finesse. Okay. There's one down. That pen's not. Whoops, I messed up a eye right there. That's all right. She'll be all right. You can give her some lips that stand out. that pen's not the right color. We need a darker pen. Let's try this blue. All right. I'm going to give my people some hair. Because they look a little bareheaded. Get over here and I'm just going to make me a happy face. I may cut me some faces out too. I think that'd look cool. Because I don't know how I'm going to cut that up with that netting on there. Let's see if I have a magazine here that I can get a hold of. Oh. I'm wondering if I've got an extra one somewhere already done. That's all my stuff for my book. Get out of here. This is now scratch paper. I might have one or two in here, I don't know. That's a little bitty one. We'll stick her somewhere. I think that's more fun anyway. That's more fun anyway. Magazines are buried. Buried, buried, buried. Which is not good. Okay. Let's put that in there. Get you back in focus. I took my hands out for a minute. Are you in focus all right? Okay. There's my little scribble work. Now, that is the beginner. That's the beginner section of this. If you want to go on, if you want to keep on going, you can add glitter mist or regular glitter. Just glitter to your heart's content. The next prompt is add inspirational words. And I'm going to write on mine. If I can, because it's still a little tacky with the glue. It says, be yourself. You are beautiful. Be creative. Love completely. Enjoy what you do. Okay, the next thing, if you want to take it up a notch, is add stencils. So, you can do it or not. It doesn't matter. These are the prompts to go on in the little harder one. There was 5 on the first one, and then I added 3 extra. So, that's... Okay, I'm going to add some glitter mist. Since I'm wet anyway, we're going to add some glitter mist to this. And then I'm going to dry it again. And then I'm going to get a stencil. And I'm going to stencil just a little bit on it. Okay, if I can get into it. Let's use this one right here. It's out. Okay. I think that must be drying up on me. Oh yeah, it's really drying up on me. Okay. Let me use that right there. Yeah, I think it's a water-based, but I don't know for sure. I'll have to look. But I've used a lot of that gold. Okay. Here's one. I think I'll put another one right here. See, some of the gold come off that time with this ink. And I'm out of a dauber. I've used mine till it's gone, so I'm using a makeup sponge. But it's working. And I've actually got two, which is not working so good. I don't think that glue's ever going to dry on that on that piece of material. It's still wet. Put another one up here at an angle. Let's just continue right through there. Because I like the way that's looking. Okay. Okay. And if you're still here with me, that's the end of the mixed media mashup. This one goes fast because we just have just a small amount of prompts. This is for beginners and others too that like to do it. And if you want to add more to your paper, we would love to see what you do. Make sure you take pictures of them and show them in the group. You know, where I'm new at this. I've done maybe 2 in my life. So, you know, I just I want you to have fun. I want you to post your pictures, and I'll guarantee you that there will be nothing but good things said about them, because you are you, and your art is yours, and whatever you do is perfect. No matter what, whatever you do is perfect. You know, there are cartoonists that make big money. I'm going to put this up now because you've seen me do it, and I'm done. You know, that the thing of it is, girls, make sure you post. Make sure you post them in the group. If you're not in the group, subscribe and or go in and, you know, hit the join button, and we'll put you in there, and then you can post. That your art, no matter what it is, no matter if it's stick figures, there are people in this world that make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing stick figure illustrations. You can make a whole book doing stick figures. You don't have to have a talent to draw, and it's wonderful if you do. And of course, Pawan, we got to go watch him because I know he's wonderful. Thank you, Kathy. Mine is just so, but you know, I like what I do, and I'm happy with it. I hope it gets better with time, and with all of us. If we work at it, we can get better with time. But if we don't, it's yours, and it's perfect. If you do nothing but that. You know, my son, you all know Tommy. Tommy, the one thing I asked for them to do when he went to school, and Pawan, if you don't know, my son was born with brain damage and he has seizures. But the one thing I told him is teach him to read at least on a kindergarten level. Because even on a kindergarten level, if he has something to read, he can entertain himself for the rest of his life. So if you only scribble draw, you have something to entertain yourself and your children for the rest of your life. I make scribble worms for my girls. I make caterpillars out of my grandkids. I make butterflies and caterpillars and you know, just all sorts of weird little creatures that maybe have 2 faces. But it entertains them, and it tickles me because it makes me happy. When they're happy, I'm happy. So no matter what your art is, it is beautiful. It is you. Be proud of it, and post away, girls. Post away, because this is not that great. It's okay. Look, I mean, it's all over everywhere. I'll not be able to cut it because I can't cut this netting, and it's still not dry. It may take a month for that to dry. Um, yes, yes. Whatever you do, I can't remember who it is, but there was a woman's 2-year-old granddaughter made Tom a card. And it was just pretty colorful squiggles, just lines all around it. And she put 2 tags on it. She put a cars that Mater was one of them, and then Speed, Lightning McQueen was the other. And she just scribbled all over that thing. And you know, it was absolutely beautiful. It was beautiful. And you have to free yourself. I can see that. You have to free yourself when you're doing this. You have to let go of preconceived notions about what art is. And that's our problem. We've been taught that we have to draw within the lines. There are no lines. There are no lines. You can cross those lines. You can go outside that line, that box. Art is you. And so, I've enjoyed this, girls. This has been wonderful. This has been wonderful. So, I hope y'all have too. And if you want to add, you can just add away. Whatever you want to put on your paper, it's yours. Whatever you do to it, be sure to let us see, because we want to see it. But you know, you can just leave it in. I'm leaving this in this pad. It will be where I go to do the next one. And I don't have a lot of it left, but it's, you know, there's 5 or 6 sheets here. And may go back and visit it and do something different to it. Who knows? I may put something else on it. It's mine. And that's yours. So you can do whatever you want to. So I'm not done. I've got another hour I can go easy. And so, girls, what are we going to do next? Amber will be doing the prompts next, I think. And I don't know if she'll do them live or she'll do them on a video. But this is... cool. You gonna do them live, Amber? That's cool. Well, you girls stay with me now. I haven't left yet. We may do something else. We may do something else. I have another envelope that I'm wanting to try. That Gail, I'm gonna bumble her name. I know. Agostinelli. I'm not sure that's the way you say it, but she's the one that come up with the trifold envelope, and she decorated hers so cute because she had images that she put on them, and I do too. I love Gail. I love to watch her. But she has another one, and Kathy, I believe you did one of these envelopes that she did that just pops open and has the pull-out flap that's on the back of an envelope. Have you seen it? Girls, have you seen it? Have you seen her do it? Because it is awesome. Yeah. I'm going to mess her name up. It's either Augustine. Help me, Kathy. I can't remember her last name. It starts with an A, and Agostinelli, Agostine. I don't know how you say it, but it's beautiful. Her work is beautiful. And I'm sure if you look through there on envelopes and stuff, you can find her. It starts with an A-A-G. So, yeah, it's a really hard name to say. If I heard her say it, I could probably do it, but I'm not sure that, I can right now. So, anyway, she makes this envelope, and I'm going to set this aside. And I'm going to see if I can do it. Now, I don't know if I can or not, but I want to try. And so I thought maybe we'd give it a whirl. And another thing I'd like to try is painting on my, doing some watercolor on my deli sheets. I'd like to see how that turned out. How it would turn out. So, it's up to you girls what you want to do. If you want to, if you want me to do a little watercoloring on deli paper or make the envelope, whichever one you want to do. Yes, yes. Good night, Tanya. You had to take, sleep up, babe, sleep up. So your wrench is on your butt? I have never used watercolor on deli, and I didn't know how it would work or how it would react. Did it bead up or did it soak into it? Yes, she does. She has mad talents. She's awesome. And she just, her mind is one of those type of people that she sees something and she can add to and make it more and make it, and I love that. I love that. And right now, Jabib Neri has a brand new kit out. And girls, it is awesome. It's called the Poppy Kit. And it is so pretty. And she has a journal that she is showing right now, and it's brand new. It's awesome. And that kit is awesome. And I would really love to have it because it's bright and clean and summery. And her papers are just amazing what she did. She joined 2 different types of papers and then gessoed part of it and made 2 different colors of paper together and then put them in her kit. And if you haven't seen it, it is amazing. It is amazing. I am just amazed at her. I'm just in awe of her, actually, because her journals are so. And if you haven't seen her ocean journal, her mermaid journal, oh Lord, girls, go watch that video. Go watch it. Her pages are cut like waves. It is the prettiest thing I have ever seen in my life. And I would love to be able to do that. How she has the patience to do that is beyond me. See, my crafting is, let's do it now. Let's get it done. And then I'm done with it, and then I want to move on to something else. You got to have the fortitude to stay with something to make it look like she makes it look. Hurry back, Kathy. So anyway, that's my 2 I'm going to brag on today. Because, like I said, I learned this from Care. She had seen it done. And I just think it turned out really pretty. And it can be a fold out in the book. I can put vintage women in it or however I want to do it. I do want to vintage up this piece right here. And but yeah, I like the way it turned out, and it was doing nothing except seeing how it would turn out with the napkins. I'm just not much on, like I said, I'm not much on decoupaging. it takes too long. I want it done, and I want it done now. Anyway, I'm going to get a envelope and a piece of paper. Let's see. Let's get one of these. I'm going to take the short road on this one, just to show you what you can do. I'm going to get one of these cards out. And one of the envelopes that go with it. And the front of this card is going to be the front of my page. You put it on an envelope. You want the front down, and you're going to put this on the back. And that may be not the best thing for me to use because it has got a rim around it. And it's supposed to go all the way to the edge. Let me see if I got a little smaller envelope that I can do this with. See if I can find a little smaller one. That's a lot bigger. Same size. I may have to use that one. It's a little smaller, but my sister gave me this bag of envelopes. Nope, that's same size. Okay, we're going to use this smaller one. We'll let it hang out over the back. I think that's a little better. Okay. I think that's a little better. I'll trim it down a little bit. Oh, it's even got a pretty blue line on it. Okay, we're going to take this card, and I'm going to put you down so you can see. I found it through a bag to find these cards in the envelope. So the first thing we're going to do is put our image on the outside. We're going to line it up, and I've got to cut this in two so that it can be scissors. So it can be cut in. Okay. It's perfect top to bottom. It's just a little long on that one side. And I don't think that that's going to hurt. If I go this way with it, it won't hurt at all. So I'm going to trim this up just a little bit down this edge without cutting my envelope. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take my card and I'm going to pull it back about that far and make a crease in it, because this is going to be one part of the card. So we're going to cut this off right here. And then this card part will go right in here, and it makes a tuck. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue this on. I'm going to find my glue, and it'll come out of the bottle. I'm having trouble with my little bottle. It's kind of stopping up on me. Let me see if it come out. And I'm going to leave. Let's see, how does this go on here? Like that. Okay. I'm going to leave mine open. On this edge. And I'm going to put this right down here. And I'm going to make it a pocket. And I'm going to pick a little piece of this card here. Let's see. Round off those corners just a little. For the front. This is going to be a tab that we're going to put right on here. And that's going to be our opening for the card. So I'm going to glue this down. That lined up there. Okay. Now there's our little pocket and our little tab. Now we got to make a hinge for this side. And I'm going to take just a piece of paper. Take a piece of this envelope here. Now, bear in mind, she had hers all inked up, all that kind of stuff. I have not done that. I can. No, I don't want to use that. Let me find another piece. Let me find another piece. Right here. This would be good. Because we're going to make a hinge to fit this card piece. So, I want it about like that. Am I doing the right side? Yes. Okay, so I just cut it to fit the size of the card. Now I'm going to fold it in half and make it a hinge. And then I'm going to stick it to this edge. Right here. That's the side I measured to. And I'm going to stick it down like this. Okay, I'm going to get it even with the bottom. Push it in a little bit. Cut it a little off. We'll fix it. Okay, I'm going to trim this a little. Then I'm going to put the glue down this edge. Like that. And then I'm going to set this right against it and line it up. So that it comes down even with the rest of the card. Come on, come down. Turn loose a little. That art glitter glue, when it sticks, it sticks. You have very little time to move it. Yeah, I'm not going to get it moved. It's there. So I'm a little bit off. But anyway, here we are. We've hinged it on. It opens and it closes it. And you turn it out like that. And there's your card. And now we can distress this a little bit. Ink it up. Okay, Amber, honey. Love you, girl. Distress this a little. All the way around. So it don't look so pretty and new. That spot here. Let me grunge up the envelope a little. And I should have done this side before I'd done all the rest of it. But I didn't. So we'll give it a quick going over. And down this edge here, because that's probably going to show. And a little on there. Yeah, down through here. Okay. Now we're going to make a pocket. And I don't have any card left, but I'm going to take this piece of paper right here, and I'm going to make my pockets. So, let's see, I may use this over here. About like that. I'm going to cut it down just a little and put it right in here. And you need to be able to move our card. We're going to lay it in here. Up, way up there. Now I think I'll take this piece and I think that I will cut it in half. No, I don't either. I think I'll go down like this. Okay. So I need to make a little hinge on it to do the same thing. Because I want to hinge that right there. Okay. And trim that. And I'm going to hinge this right up here at the top. Kind of midway. And then I'm going to take another piece of this card, which I should have laying right here. And take about that much of it. Woohoo! I couldn't have done that better if I'd have measured it. Okay, we got to make it flap, so we got to go up this way. And I'm going to make a pocket on that flap. Okay, and then I'm going to put one over here on this side. So I'm going to take a little longer piece of this. Which is not real straight. Hi, Mary Jane. How are you this morning, honey? And then cut it to fit right there. And here's our other pocket. Now, all that's left to do is fill it full of ephemera. And ink up this white spot right here that I just put in there, and the edge of that. I might take my little stamp, get it over here, and get a little ink on it. And actually put a little stamp in there. And in here. And up here. Okay. Now there's our pocket on the inside. But this goes down. This comes over. And it closes. Like that. It's supposed to meet, not supposed to jump. How come it's doing that? I'm right at the edge. Okay. Anyway, there's our card. You can just open it up. You've got a pocket here. Open this flap, you've got a pocket here, you've got a pocket here, and you've got a pocket here. So let me find some ephemera real quick and we'll fill it. Let's see, what have I got? Oh my, I don't even know where to start. Right here is where I want to start, I guess. I'll get this big old massive thing out here. And I'm going to take a painty paper that I made and we'll put it in here. And let's see, I've got a little one here that might fit in this pocket. And it's going to need a little trimming down. But we can do that. Come on, go in there. And then there ought to be a ticket in here somewhere. Let's see, or a small tag. Here's a little butterfly that could be right in there. Okay. And nope, that tag won't fit. Okay. We've got this tag that could tuck right in there, which is really pretty. Butterflies. This tag could stick right in here. It's going to stick out of it though. I didn't know if I want to do that or not. If I want it to be a little smaller. Let's try some of these. Here's a little bird that we can put in there. And a little sun catcher. Oh, I like the feather better. We'll put the feather in. Oh yeah, feather looks good. Let's see, what else is in that sack? What do I do with it? This is all stuff that Sybil sent me. Pretty stuff. Okay, I've got a small little bird right here that could tuck in with this one up here. And here's a couple of watercolored birds. We can put one right here. And another dream catcher could go right in here. And here's another feather with a tag. Let's see, let's put that one in here. And this one over here. No, won't go. We can put those two together. Okay. That down. This here. Okay, as long as it'll close, it doesn't matter what's, what's hanging out the top, because there's our pocket. Now, you don't have to have anything hanging out the top, but that's the pocket. And one of my papers just fell out, but that's all right. We got a pocket here. We've got a double pocket here, a tuck spot here, and a pocket over here. So there's that pocket. And I've been wanting to make that ever since I saw it. So, there it is. Has an envelope on the back. You can cut this off, and if you put it on a page, you can just glue it here, and then you would have a pocket back here too. So, it's a sweet little tuck spot. I like it real well. In fact, I would love that, to be able to have some papers back behind it. Maybe one of these would be cool, because they would fit in there. And, hi Emily, how are you, honey? So girls, that's all there is to it, other than maybe putting a button right there on that and giving it some bling bling. And, let's see. I've got buttons. I've got so many buttons I can't really get to them. And that's the problem. Oh, I like that one right there. I don't have to look any farther. Let's put that back. Because I found it. It's a little shirt button. That no telling how old it is, because some of these have been around since my mother was alive, and then some. Because a lot of these were hers. So we're going to put this little button right there. It's our decoration on the front. You can also add a cluster or something here. You could add a little tuck spot here if you wanted to, so you have a deal on the front, which I think this would be cute to do. We put feathers and Indian things on the inside. Let's find a feather one. Maybe and lay it. Oh, here, this is perfect. This is perfect. Let's just lay it down on here and put a pocket on this side. So we're going to take this and make a little pocket out of it. Not exactly the right color for it, but I don't care. I like it. I like it. So we're going to put that on there. And then we could tuck this little heart catcher right there. Dream catcher. And oh, what a pretty bird that is. Put that in there. It's a pretty tuck. So, there it is. And I hope that y'all try one of them, because they're really cool. And it doesn't take but a minute to make them. So, that is my tutorial for today. That and this this envelope here that I worked on this morning, and I really didn't show you how to make it. But if you've watched Gail or watched Tracy Fox, they both have a video on making envelopes. This is more, mine is more like Tracy Fox's with the, I don't even know what I did with them. With the lace and the, I don't know, did I set it back here? What I do with my trifold? I've lost it. Doing this other one. I put it somewhere and I've lost it. I want you girls to look how this book is swelling. I've got to put this lace on it today. This pink. You see this one black? There's going to be a couple of them in there. That's the villain. That's the villain. But it is growing. It is growing. And this is just two signatures in here. And I've still got 3, 4, 5, 6 to fill up. So I don't know how I'm going to get it to close once I get it all in there. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. This is my princess journal. Oh, if you girls hadn't seen it, and I don't know if you had or not. This is my princess journal. And I've made 14 signatures. This is just part 1. This is just part 1. This one has her favorites in it. And that's my front. And this is my magic mirror. And then each signature, it starts out with Snow White. Each signature starts out like this. And has a picture of them. And then the next page should be the castle. Her castle. And then I tried to put in each of them, if I could find them, the movie. This is the movie set, the movie poster, right here. So each one has a little bit of that, and then I'm going to have a folder full of information on each one of them, and it's been interesting, and it's been really fun. And last night I sat and put lace on it and put the dangles on it, and each one of them has a picture dangle of the princess hanging on the first page for what I could get. There's a lot of them that don't make them. And this one I put a big jewel on because it went with the colors. And a little bird because she always had the doves flying around her. So anyway, and then this is Belle. And Belle looks like this. And of course here's Belle on a charm. And then I tried to do a lot of, here's Princess Key to the castle. And then a little leaf, because this is, you know, she's out in the unknown. And I tried to put a rose, several roses on this, and I tried to dye that one red, but I couldn't. It dried pink instead. And then I put the little white rose on the last page because that's where she was saved. So, you know, that's, and then her castle is here. And that's I'm telling the story in pictures in each one of them. So the next one is Aurora. It's my big one. It may take up the rest of this book because this was the biggest movie that was made. And of course this much of it is information about it, so that'll come out. But I want you to look. It's just brimming full. So, and yes, my pages are not even. That's the reason for the lace. I'm not going to make them even because I've had to fold storylines and do that kind of thing, and my images are cut and stuck, and of course then I've got my pockets already made, and you know, and then of course there's the pictures of, you know, the storyline and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to let them lay where they lay. She won't care. This is for my granddaughter. And there's the fairies. And then there's, behind them is a little stained glass tuck. And I'm saving one of those. I just had two of them. I'm saving one for Tangled because she was in, you know, had the stained glass stuff. Anyway, pretty papers. It's just going to be a pretty journal. This is where she turned 16 and they made the dress. And I don't know if you remember the story, but this is the first dress that they tried to make by hand. And this is where she's daydreaming about the prince. And right before they say she's in love. And so anyway, there's some book pages in it. And there's some pull-out book pages that has more of the story. And it's just, you know, and the music. And all of them, it has the music. So, anywhere there's a bad gal, there's going to be a black piece of lace. So, that black piece, it's just going to hang right in the middle of their pretty lace. Because that's the bad gal. That is the bad gal. So, So anyway, I'm got to get on it because she's getting excited, she said, and was wanting to see it, and I haven't let her seen it in a while. I don't have any. I've got Belle's and I've got Cinderella's. Um, I don't have any of the others. This one is going to hold Pocahontas, which is her one of her other favorites. Anastasia, I don't, I of course didn't have anything for her. And Anastasia, because her storyline was pretty easy to put together, I found instead of adding lots of spots, I found pictures of the original family and put them in it for her. This is the story of Anastasia, but there's the royal family. Here they are with Rasputin when they were being held against their will. That's Tatiana. And, of course, another picture of them. And this is the Duchess Anastasia. The Duchess of Prussia. And this is Anastasia at 13. This is Mrs. Leeds, which was named Anastasia, and she was also the Anastasia of Greece and Denmark in 1914. So, there were several, I think, that claimed to be, but weren't. But anyway, those are all in there, and that was the surprise in that package, was that I found those. And she wants Moana. And Moana and Pocahontas are going to be done in fringe. So, the jewels for them is going to be a little bit difficult. I've got, I found some for Mulan, and then she decided she'd rather have the first one with the other one. So, who figures? My phone is crooked. How come it's crooked? I'm looking at you sideways. Yeah, it's... go back. Bixby, no. Get out of my life. I'm telling you, that man has got to go. That man has got to go. It is coming along good. And I'm getting the jewels set in it and, ready to go. And because as soon as I get those three laced up and the jewels in it, Ariel, Tiana, Jasmine, I'm doing the whole Disney, there's 14 of them. I'm doing her the whole set of Disney princesses. This is the first part. This is for her birthday, which is a month ago. And then for Christmas, she's going to get the other princesses in another book. But I told her they would not be as filled out and as full as these are, because these were her favorites that she wanted them, really full. So the other one is just going to be just kind of a normal princess journal. But I told that y'all that I would show you how to make paper twists. This is a paper twist that I used. And I made this mirror out of it. And I hate Bixby. And if he doesn't go away soon. Hi, Michelle. How are you, honey? Anyway, if you all want to see that, I can do that fairly quickly. Or we can call it a day and we can do that tomorrow. This is a mirror page. It's almost like a vinyl. But when it comes off, it is a very good mirror. Can you see that reflection in there? It's really amazing how it will reflect. It worked a little bit down at the bottom. That's why I put the flowers and the bow on it. And no, I'm not tired out at all. Um, I take any kind of paper. These are hers, and I've got to get these put away, or I will have them messed in with other things. Let me find some good old scrap paper here somewhere. I really like to use just regular paper because it is easier to do. Piece of copy paper, something like that, lightweight. Let me get in this file because this is where my paper is. You can just use a tablet sheet to do paper twist. So what I do is, depending on what I'm trying to make, I just start rolling them up. Just start rolling them up. Just go for a corner and just start rolling them up. They don't have to be real tight. I'm going to put you down so you can see what I'm going to do. They don't have to be real tight. You just roll them up. Let's just keep going. Just keep rolling. And try to keep it even all the way out. And then when I get to this point, I'm going to add a little glue. I'm going to put some glue right here. And I'm going to roll it up because this is where we want to start making it hold. We don't want it too tight because we want to be able to twist it. So that's a little glue to hold it down. And put a little right there. Now, when I want to make something, now that I've got this done, I start flattening and twisting. And flattening and twisting. And flattening and twisting. And you make this shape. And you don't have to twist it all over. You can leave a spot. You can come back up. Now be careful. Just twist. And then you can bend this in any shape that you want. So that's it. Tom, did you get it?
Getting it down, Mom.
Okay. Got somebody knocking on the door. It's probably the mailman. And so anyway, you can twist this as much as you want. And I've made a tree out of it, which I will show you how easy you can make a tree. Okay, we've got this part of it done. See, this is your trunk. When you get down here, you want to spread that trunk out. So you want it to be flat. And this is your trunk. Okay, you would take another piece. And I'll just use this scrap piece of paper right here after I get the stuff off of it. Oh, man, I made a hole in it. Poor tree. Poor tree might have a hole in it. Okay. We're going to tear up that piece anyway. We're going to start just rolling it up. This doesn't have to be pretty. So, anyway, here we go. We're going to roll that up. And this time I didn't put any glue on it, but we're going to roll it up and we're just going to start twisting. And I'm going to start twisting right in that center and work it up. And you can work it down to a point. See how I worked it down to a point? So like the branch is going to come off to a point. Now here, I would wet it with a little glue again. If I liked that, I would put a little glue on it. And I would work it around it. And I would glue it down just a little bit. Then at this point, I would flatten it again. Because I want this to come right off of this one. And maybe down here a little bit. Okay? so that our tree has these two main branches. So right here, I'm going to use this other glue because it'll dry faster. I'm going to put a little drop of glue, and I'm going to put that branch on it. And you can see that this has got a little rough edge. It's okay, because you know trees are not perfect. So now I've made that one, and I've glued it on. So I've got me a branch on my tree. See that? See the branch? My tree is now forked. And you can have it going both ways. This is going to look a little windswept, like it's been windswept over. Like it's old and been windswept. And right there, I'm going to start pushing it down just a little bit so it has a little definition. You can manipulate this paper all you want. You know, you can push it, you can do whatever you want. Then I'm going to take this one, and it's just, hey, honey, how are you? I'm doing great today. I'm doing great today. So I'm making a tree. So anyway, now we're just going to roll up a smaller piece, and we're going to get it up here. What we got, buddy?
I think I got something with my name on it.
You got something with your name on it?
Yes.
Well, Tom T.
I think it just says my name on it.
Well, we'll have to look at that.
I think it just says my name on it.
Okay, now I'm going to twist this in again. And I'm starting pretty tight at the end because that's where it's going to run off. You know, that's the end of your branch. And then you want to come out a little bit lighter.
Well, I think
And since this is a smaller branch, you don't want to twist it as much. Okay? Because you don't want this one to have quite as many gnarls and things in it.
I think it just
But
has
we're going to come
my
off this
name
way
on it.
with this one. So, okay, honey, we'll look at it when I get downstairs. No, let's see. Let's come off up here with this. I'll make this, so I'm going to add a little. And then I'm going to put this up here like this. And there's me another branch. Right there. So, then, after I got this far, you know, I played with it until I got my branches rolled and, you know, like I wanted them, and twisted a little. Don't try to make them perfect, because gnarled old trees are not perfect. And these don't have to be either. Because what's going to make them look like this, like a tree, come on, hook there, is I try to take a brown marker. Let me see if I can find my brown marker. And mine is a fabric marker. But I take a brown marker and I start coloring. Just in crevices, down in the corners, wherever this is about to dry up on me. Then I start coloring. And it gives it kind of an orangey base. And you want to fill in all those spots. When you get here and if it's come apart on you, just push it, smush it back together, add a little more glue, and wait for it to dry before you color it. Mine had come apart. So I'm going to come on down here and keep going. And you start adding color. And you don't want it to be the same, because the branches are not this, your bark is not all the same down the sides. But each one of those will give it a little shadow, a little definition, a little twist in your trunk. And you can see where I'm going with that. Just do a little coloring. You can take your ink. You can start inking. You can add some different color with ink. You can take stain and you can stain it with a brush. You can use a brown out of your watercolors. You can use a brown out of paint. I didn't use paint. I used the markers. Of course, this was a newer marker, and I've used it quite a bit. But, and the stain to give me a little darker stain. And then I used a little bit of green to give it a little greeny, mossy look. My tree here, and I'm sure you've seen this on the video front, but this is my tree. I'm going to pull you up just a little bit so you can see it. This is what you can do with them. This is my tree. This opens up and the tree flattens so that you can lay the book down flat. So they're really cool because they are bendable. They do have some give to them, and they give a 3D effect. You can see how I've got the trunk split down here, and you know, anyway, it's they're fun to make. And on this one, I used a heavier piece of paper so that it looked like a log that had been carved and twisted and bent. And I stained it real dark. And then I just took flowers and glued them on. And then I colored and inked and stamped the flowers until I got them that color so that they look like carvings on top of the mirror. And that's how I made the mirror. So that's paper twisting. Simple as that. You just simple it and start making shapes out of it. Here's what we made in the three. You know, the three little paper twists. And look what a big tree we've got. I mean, this is huge. I'm bending it by about 3 inches
Well,
to get it down into the frame.
Just has my name on it.
Honey, be careful.
Just has something with my name.
Well, it is yours. That's why. Open it up, Tom. Oh, you think you're waiting on me? He has got a package and he's waiting on me to help him. So I guess I'm going to get off here and go down and see what he's got, girls. Anyway, you might want to try that paper twisting. It's fun. It's easy. I discovered it just sitting in twisting papers at the table one night. Well, it's how the tree come about. I was twisting up scrap paper. So, and you can add more to this to make it thicker if you need to. You know, if you want a bigger trunk, just start right in here and start making more and going around it and just keep twisting. Just keep twisting it and it'll make a bigger trunk. You girls have a lovely day. I'm going to go see what my son's excited about. And then I've got to go to the store because I am about out of cigarettes and I will not stay in this house without them. No, not right now. It's not a good time to even think about it. So we've had a productive day with our mixed media and 2 envelope tutorials and a paper twist tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see what we can get into. It all depends on Tom and how he's doing tomorrow, whether I will be on. I will try to let you know in advance. Please, girls, if you're not friends of mine on Facebook, and I don't know what that green is coming out of that window, but it's got to stop. please friend me on Facebook so you can see my post. And I try to send them to the other groups, but it's, you know, I'm in a dozen now, so it takes a long time to do that. I know, Gail, and but I just come on really fast today, so I'm surprised they didn't send out something. But if they did send out some, they would have been late because I just did it, and I was late getting around this morning, and I will be on at a later time from now on, girls, so that I can give Tom his medicine when it is due, and not depend on the kids to do it, and I can get him a little bit of breakfast so that he's got something in his belly when he takes it. And I appreciate that, honey. I really do. And up next for the mixed media is Amber at Amber Crafts. She will be going live too, she said. So if you haven't subscribed to her, please go do so. She's an awesome crafter. And check everybody out that comes in, because there are some wonderful crafters in here that we want you to be with. Pawan was in here, and I don't know if he's still here or not, but if you haven't seen his drawings, go check him out. He is awesome, awesome. So, and I really appreciate him coming and subbing everybody and subbing me and spending some time with me. So anyway, girls, I've had a lovely day today. This is one of the things that we did, Gail, that we made the pockets here, the pocket envelope, and then I did a trifold, and I have no idea where I have laid it down, but for some reason it has disappeared. And I don't know where it's at. Because I've got the biggest mess, because I was working on that journal, I've got the biggest mess in the world. I probably laid it down here on the floor somewhere. So anyway, I've got paper to put away, I've got books to put away, I've got stuff to do, and Tom is standing at the bottom of the stairs. So, bye, girls. I'm so glad to see you all. And Pawan, if you're still in here, thank you for coming, and come back again, please, and see me. Yeah, it is. It is. But he's been watching. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting hiccups. He's been watching TV this morning, and he got it fine this morning, so I wasn't afraid to leave him. So, anyway, I'm going to go get me some water for these hiccups, girls. Yeah. And I will see you later. Bye. Bye-bye.